Hello there YouTube, it's your boy Kingston here, back with another video guys. Today we will be discussing something very important, the core fundamental defensive techniques of professional players, right? Earlier we talked about the attacking secrets, today we are going to talk about the defending secrets. Simple but very effective things that will take your defense from this level to this level. Over here we have the La Liga final going on in the background and we will pay attention to their defending techniques. What is it that they do right which helps them play at such a high level, and how you can replicate the same thing in your high level matches, right? Okay, let's get started guys, as always, just pay close attention, then we will break it down, right? These things look very simple. This defensive phase from a layman's perspective looks very simple, but let me tell you how he is able to defend, right? And you will see they do it repeatedly. First things first, the most important thing is to always have a straight back line and do not pull your players out of position, right? What does it mean? Briefly it means, let's just imagine if you pull this left back out of position and you pull him out of position, what happens? Then your left center back starts to cover for him, and your right center back starts to cover for your left center back, and your your right back starts to cover for your right center back, right? And then you have all the space on the downside. So the pro players are always trying to bait their opponents into pulling their players out of position and then exploit the space. But as a defender, you know the same thing. But if you know this, how are you gonna get the ball back, right? The game will become very congested, very defensive, very compact. So this is how they trap their opponents, right? Look, now he switches to Dani Alves. Because he switches to Dani Alves, now he will apply pressure to his Puskas while holding the second man press, right? Now his defenders are in position, right back, check, everyone is in a straight line, right? Now that they are in a straight line, he will apply pressure with Dani Alves while holding R1 button. Now, because he is holding R1 button, his opponent triggers the run in behind, right? The number two part is always thinking one step ahead. He triggers the runs, but as a defender we are also supposed to think one step ahead. So what happens is he switches to his center back Kunde and holds R1 while these two guys are applying pressure on this ball carrier. This guy is basically covering this space. Now he has given him the space. Remember, as an attacker you are always looking to find the space, exploit the space. He has intentionally given him the space while at the same time he is taking a calculated risk and covers with the right center back. But now this guy is trapped. Where will the Pushkas go? Nowhere. And he will end up getting the ball back. You see, he literally turned into him. So the next example, his opponent does the same thing, right? He wins the ball over there, switches the play all the way. Now his opponent is being compact, right? Very compact and defense, switching, right stick switching, one step ahead. But how do you get the ball back? This is the art I'm trying to teach you, right? Because there are two things. There are two sides to a coin, right? And if you just overdo one thing, then that will make you so passive. The goal is to trap the opponent mentally, right? FIFA is a mental game, so you have to trap them mentally into your trap. How does he trap him, right? He traps him by, just wait, I'll show you, right? He charges at him, shows him that there is space for you, exploit it. And at the same time, he is taking a calculated risk. Because it's a calculated risk, he forces him out of the play, correct? Now look at this example once again. This is something very clever. Once again, I said pros always look for the space. He intentionally gives the space to his opponent, pushes up his right back out of position, Dani Alves, and then he will immediately switch to this guy over here and start marking this space, right? Now look what happens. Look, his tag is on the Kunde. You can see over here, Kunde is, and while at the same time he is holding the R1 button. Now you can see the space has opened for his opponent. There is this space. If he makes the pass, he is intentionally given him the space. It is a calculated risk. Because it is a calculated risk, he switches back while holding R1 and covering the same player, he gets the ball back. So are you saying there is a pattern to pro defensive gameplay? The number one thing is to keep a straight back line. Number two thing, the most important thing, is to get into the head of your opponent. And the third thing is to take calculated risk bait your opponent into making passes, showing him that there is space, but while at the same time you know that what you are doing. As long as you know what you are doing and you are able to successfully read your opponent, get into his head, you will get the ball back. Just look at this, okay? This example. Again, he overcommits with his center back over here, but now look, where will his opponent go, right? Always force your opponent into tight spaces. This is another important aspect. Being able to force your opponent into tight spaces, right? He shows him that you have a pass inside, switches to his Kafu inside and get the ball back. So it's all about baiting and baiting. Like, look, this is a more of an advanced tutorial, but this is where you guys go wrong. For you guys who have, played the game for a while, but you are still not able to improve, this is the secret, guys. So guys, this is why most of you guys go wrong, right? Number one, you are keeping your shape, right? But you're not able to apply pressure. When you're applying pressure, you're pulling your players out of position mindlessly. This is where you guys go wrong. If you can find the balance, and how do you find the balance? You find the balance by knowing that do not pull your players out of position, but give your opponent spaces like this. Intentionally give up space for him to exploit it, while at the same time you are taking a calculated risk. You have good enough right stick switching that you're able to take a calculated risk, think one step ahead and bait him into the move you want him to make. Once you start doing it successfully, your opponent will get tired mentally and it will be hard for him to breach past your defense. FIFA is a game which is more than pressing buttons. This is why I always try to teach you guys, right? No amount of defensive techniques and stuff like that will be able to help you. Use the gas and brake technique, yes. Use second man press, yes. But until you know these fundamentals, these secrets I have taught you, you will not improve, guys. Watch this video again and again until you get what I am trying to say. Once you get that, there will be like a switch has been turned on into your head, and the next time you play FIFA, you will defend better. Although this technique will take you a lot of time to master, all these fundamentals will take you a lot of time to master. If you are an experienced FIFA player, it will help you improve immediately. If you are new to the game, watch my defensive tutorials on jockeying and all that kind of stuff, and then watch this tutorial a couple of times. You will see that what I am trying to say, and watch pro players gameplay like this I am showing you. Then you will see patterns, and once you learn patterns, your gameplay will improve. Guys, until next time, it's me King Sunny out. See you soon with another one.